Hello, it's iHeartShrooms. I did an unboxing of the Retron 5 the other day, and I just wanted to do a quick follow-up. I've actually set it up, and I've learned a couple things. I want to make a couple corrections, and go over a couple of the features. So, first of all, uh, I said that it came with preloaded cheats. That's not the case. Instead, it supports cheats, which you can load off an SD card. Um, I bought an SD card for the Retron 5 preloaded with data on it. If you want, you can actually set it up yourself if you have an SD card reader for your computer. I do not. Maybe one day. But the SD card I have was more for ROMs, so you can actually play ROMs on the Retron 5 off the SD card. It's a little tricky, it's a little weird. I'll show you how it works. Another thing, I was looking at this controller, which comes with it. It is wireless. It's an awful controller. The only reason I have it set up is because it has this home button right here, and that you kind of need for a game menu. But that's the only reason I have it set up at all. I am playing the Retron 5 with this controller. It came with my Retro Trio. It's like a SNES controller. And I have it plugged into my SNES controller slot on the Retron 5, but it works for any of the console games, which is a really neat feature. Another thing I noticed is that the Retron 5 only wants you to have one cartridge inserted at a time. If you load it up and you have two cartridges in or more, it gives an error and it says to only have one loaded at a time. So that's a little unfortunate, but I guess it's the way they set it up. I mean, they could have easily made it so you select which game you're going to be playing, but that's not the case. A couple cool things. Let's see. It gives you this user interface before you load the game, so you can do all kinds of stuff with this. You have all kinds of settings in here. Patches, cheats if you have the SD card loaded with it. You can copy the save to the Retron and from the cartridge to the Retron and from the Retron to the cartridge. Alright. So other than that, go down the settings. So you have all these settings to make it like aspect ratio, screen size, all that kind of stuff. So it has a lot of options that original consoles don't have. I think you can button map and let's see, import saves and all kinds of stuff. Isn't super important to gameplay, but if you want to tweak it beforehand, you can. But what I wanted to show you is, let's see, game menu. So to load a ROM in this, at least in my SD card, I think this is the only way to do it, but go to game specific settings, and what you're trying to do is you're going to load what they call a patch, and you just load another game file, and so it boots off that file instead of the game that's currently inserted. So let's see, I have to have separate saves or patch on. Select patch. Go down to, I have a Genesis game in currently, so I'm going to go to Genesis. So right now in the cartridge, it's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So it actually knew enough to put Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the top over there. Let's just load up a game. Let's just go Earthworm Jim. Separate saves or patch on. Go back. Sure. Okay. So hit play and then it loads up the game I loaded from the SD card. So now I can play Earthworm Jim. So that's a pretty neat bonus. One thing I was another thing I was the most disappointed with is that it can't play multi-cartridge games. So if you don't have an SD card with ROMs loaded onto it, instead you have multi-cart, you can't use that. Just because the way Retron works, it tries to, you're able to clear cache and load save states and stuff. So it's the way it loads it that makes it so you can't play multi-carts. But other than that, yeah, this controller, I would never play on it. It's very clicky. It's kind of cheap and flimsy. So I'd recommend getting a different controller for it. But other than that, I'm quite impressed with the Retron 5. It is HDMI, so I'm able to put this through my HDMI capture card. So it's fantastic for streaming. If you just want a more simple console, multi-system console, I would recommend the my other one, the Retro Trio. It's a little simpler. Just stick in a cartridge, turn it on, and play the game. But this Retron 5, I think the best thing is that it has multiple, more card slots available for different systems. And I did learn that the expansion, you can get an expansion that goes into, I think, the Genesis slot, the furthest back slot, and you can play, let's see, you can play Master System games, which I wasn't super impressed with, but I also learned that with that 3-in-1 adapter, you buy it as an additional cost for like $60, but you can play Game Gear games, which I actually do have and played a lot as a kid. So that's what if I ever got it, that's what I'd do, so I can play Game Gear games. Otherwise, if you enjoy tweaking settings, loading save states and stuff like that, this is a great console. I will also include, I'll make a different video for my Retro Trio so you can kind of compare, but I just wanted to follow up in this with my unboxing because I got a couple things wrong and I just wanted to show how the menus looked and what you can do with it. Let's actually launch this really quick. So, cool thing you can do is, let's go over. I don't know how to play this game. Let's go over here. Alright, so pressing the home button brings up this in-game menu. You got to use the supplied controller. So I'm playing with this controller. I lean over and press a home button if I want to get to this menu on the other controller. So you can have up to 10, yes, up to 10 save states. I'm gonna select save state 0, and I'm gonna save the state. And I actually button mapped on this controller. This button up here, you can program it. I have it to save state, and this is to load state. So that's the way I set it up. But I can save state here. I can, if I end up dying or whatever, I could at any point go over here, go to load state, and it'll put me back where I saved that state. So you pretty much anywhere in the game you can do that. So if you got really far, I want to save your progress because you know boss battle's coming up or something like that. You can make a save state, and when you lose, you can load it up, have your lives back, or however you want to use it. That's another great feature of the Retron 5. So otherwise, I will post a link in the comments of my unboxing video. I highly recommend checking that out if you're interested in getting a Retron 5 or want to know some more features. I held the console and pointed out all the things it had, so that's really interesting too. So otherwise, check it out. Check out my other videos. I'll probably do one, like I said, for the Retro Trio too. So hope you found this helpful. Thanks.